Let's turn to the election now with just 2 days left. That's right, 2 days. Both presidential campaigns zeroing in North Carolina, holding rallies in the Charlotte area yesterday. Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Trump are in a dead heat for what's going to be critical votes on the road to win the presidency. WCNC Charlotte's Julie Kay kicks off our team coverage with more on the vice president's message to voters.
A packed crowd and a crowded lineup.
And I believe with all my heart in the next generation.
Bon Jovi joining a star-studded rally of musicians, politicians, and celebrities, all in support of Vice President Kamala Harris.
And we know it is time for a new generation of leadership in America.
Her pledge to the crowd, focusing on the future, one that includes restoring reproductive rights and lower taxes for the middle class.
I will enact the first ever federal ban on corporate price gouging on groceries.
Despite some interruptions from protesters,
It's okay, y'all. Democracy can be complicated.
it's a pledge that's even more impactful on the last day of early voting in North Carolina and for voters with kids.
I want her to understand that it's her responsibility as a citizen of this country to participate in this election.
That message backed up by star power, including actress Kerry Washington.
She also is interested in not being the president of just a few of us. She wants to be a president for all Americans, for all of the people.
So as early voting ends,
Make your voices heard.
it marks the beginning of the final push for the presidency
And when we fight, we win.
and Harris's vision for the future. In Charlotte, Julie Kay, WCNC Charlotte.
Well, meanwhile, former President Trump rallied his base at the Gastonia Municipal Airport, addressing issues like the economy and immigration. WCNC Charlotte's Jane Monreal was there and spoke with his supporters.
They came from near.
This is home.
And far.
I live in Greenville, South Carolina.
The weekend before Election Tuesday, supporters we spoke to say they feel fortunate to witness what is expected to be one of the former president's last campaign rallies.
We win this state, we're going to win the whole ball game,
For North Carolinians like Bobby Ford, restoring the southern border is what she cares about most.
There's nobody that ever did the border job like I did.
Trump saying illegal immigration is top priority.
And it's, in my opinion, the single biggest problem we have. I mean, to me, I rate it bigger than inflation. Inflation's terrible. It's our local law enforcement, and they're going to work with us because we're going to get them the hell out.
Others like Thomas Nelson say they're interested in rebuilding the U.S. economy.
Stand before you today as the only candidate who can rescue our economy.
Trump saying he'll offer tax breaks to companies that are made in America.
We are now going to protect them. We're going to protect them with, as I said, the most beautiful word in the dictionary, tariffs. And if these companies don't make their products here, then they will pay a very stiff tariff.
As well as relying on being energy independent.
But we're going to drill, baby, drill, and we're going to frack in certain areas. We're going to frack like we've never fracked before. Because we have more energy than any country in the world, including Russia. We're lucky in that regard. Including Russia and Saudi Arabia.
Then there's Xavion, who came along with his friends. They like one part in particular.
We'll go no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, no tax Social Security.
Definitely the no tax on overtime.
The former president not done with the Tar Heel state. A scheduled appearance Saturday night in Greensboro, followed by Kenston on Sunday, and then Raleigh on Monday. In Gastonia, Jane Monreal, WCNC Charlotte.
Well, happening today, former President Bill Clinton will be in North Carolina campaigning for Harris. He's going to be in Uptown at St. Paul Baptist Church. His visit comes a day after Harris was in Uptown. His rally starts at 10. Then later tonight, Democratic vice presidential candidate Governor Tim Walz will also be in the Queen City. He's going to come through Charlotte on the road to Gastonia, where he'll host an event to encourage voters to cast their ballots. That event starts around 6:30. His last visit to Charlotte was October 30th. Meantime, Republican nominee for Vice President J.D. Vance will also make a visit to North Carolina. He's going to stop in Raleigh to speak on the economy. Vance will be joined by former President Donald Trump's son, Donald Trump Jr., and his visit comes after his visit to Selma, North Carolina on Friday. Vance is expected to start at 12:30. Now, this morning, early voting is officially closed across the Carolinas, and Mecklenburg County officials tell us more than 27,000 people voted on the last day of early voting. This breaks a record previously set in 2016. More than 56% of voters, we're told, have already voted in the county, which also breaks a record. North Carolina officials report more than 4.1 million people have voted so far. And in South Carolina, more than 1.3 million voters made their voices heard. Now, here's a heads up for you. If you need a ride to the polls and you live in Charlotte, you can get a free ride through CATS. They're going to provide free public transit on Tuesday, and this applies to the buses, the blue and gold Lynx lines, as well as other services. Now, remember, WCNC Charlotte is the place for everything you need to know to get ready for the election. In addition to our regular newscasts, we're going to have analysis as those results come in. WCNC Plus is where we're going to stream hours of live coverage on local and state races. It all starts at 7 p.m. Just search for WCNC Plus on your Apple TV, Fire TV, or Roku.